Hey, what up, y'all? I got another one here, clip for y'all from Rebel TV. Let's get it.
You found a place of complete focus. You ought.
It's right here. You're handed the metal shit.
Like you physically assaulted me. Yeah. There was evidence there that I was like the aggressor.
Damn.
Yeah, and I was.
At this time, you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence.
So ABC has canceled The Bachelorette. What led to it is very clear. It was the video where you see Taylor attacking Dakota.
And I'm back again with another video. This video right here is a mess, okay? There was a reality star who literally had just got the opportunity to be ABC's
Hold on,
The
y'all.
Bachelorette. She ruined that opportunity. She was on a recurring TV show. They stopped production for that. Basically, she ended her career based off of her putting hands on her baby daddy, and he videotaped it.
Yep.
Let me go.
So in regards to the situation, this is about a woman by the name of Taylor Frankie Paul. She is a social media influencer, a TikToker to be exact. She was a part of a group of women from Utah who were all Mormons who, went viral a multitude of time. They all built platforms with over 1 million followers on TikTok by getting together and basically dancing, right? So they got together, they started dancing, they would film these videos, and then they named their group Mom Talk, right? Now, while they were, doing their thing on TikTok and dancing around and all of that, one day, the same woman here, Taylor Frankie Paul, took to her social media, her TikTok actually. She went live and basically exposed the fact that she and her husband were swinging with other girls in Mom Talk, and it basically, just spread like wildfire on the internet, of course, because they are supposed to be Mormons.
So back to being in an open relationship, Tate and I kind of opened those doors and we had people in and vice versa. To make it clear, again, I'm speaking in gray. He never fully went, I don't know what you would call it if it's soft swinging, but you don't fully switch, if that makes sense, and go all the way. And to be honest, we had an agreement, all of us, and I did step out of that agreement.
Now, once everything got so extremely viral, there was a TV show created for them to share their stories, for them to have a platform, a TV show, a reality show following them around in their lives. And that TV show is called The Secret Life of Mormon Wives. Now, on that TV show, they talk about being Mormon and the church and, scripture and Bible teachings and stuff like that. They also talk about cheating on their husbands, divorcing their husbands, being single women, that they had negative experiences with the church and that they don't want to be affiliated with it, right? So it's all kinds of different things surrounding the Mom Talk group.
We want to get into how you are behind closed doors. Should we open that door?
Go for it.
Okay. So should we talk about the way that you treat your boyfriend? Go get help. Stop hurting people.
It literally, as of just a couple of days ago, was just announced that she is the new, bachelorette for this year, right? And so, she has done, all kinds of press images where she's using the Bible as a prop. And instead of, it's saying the Book of Mormon, it says the Book of Mormon. They're using, the religion, the belief system, and her background to kind of create this narrative around her and to promote the show. She was just now about to start coming out and talking about, being on the show, doing her press tours, and right in the grand scheme of things, this video footage has been released. So I'm going to go ahead and press play, pause, play, then give you guys my thoughts, my feelings, and my opinion on this entire situation.
Yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical abuse. Yeah. Yeah. See, Taylor, this is all you do. It's the only thing you know how to do. Holy shit.
I don't give a
Yo, stop. Dude, leave me alone.
So he's saying to her, like, let me leave, okay? They obviously got into some kind of argument. Now, to be balanced and fair, we don't know what happened before the camera was picked up, right? We don't know what happened between the two of them before he picked up the camera and started recording, but we can see that he was headed towards the door and he's trying to walk out the door and she is not allowing him to do so. We can also see that he seems to be calm. He doesn't seem to be putting his hands back on her. You know, he has all ability to be able to leave out of the situation. He's not charging after her, following her. She, as we can visually see, seems to be the aggressor.
Oh my God. Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You're.
Now she had the metal
No
bar stools.
self-control.
I feel like we all know the metal bar stools, right?
No self-control whatsoever. No self-control.
That they have sometimes at restaurants or whatever the case is. She is picking those bar stools up and throwing them at him, okay? Now, what's crazy to me is the fact that her child was there in the midst of all this, period. Whether there was bar stools flown or not, whether there was even her putting her hands on him or not, the way how she was articulating herself and using expletives and cursing him out just in front of such a young child is already toxic, right? Like, that's already a horrible situation. But to make matters worse, she's not only doing that, she's throwing things at him. She threw the chair at him. He happened to move, and when he moved, the chair not only hit him, but it also hit her baby.
Stop screaming at me! God! Stop, Taylor! You're done! Taylor! That's it! That is it! No more! You're done! Stop!
No self-control whatsoever.
Now, obviously, we can't see anything because after he got hit by the chair and stuff like that, the phone just stayed on the wayside, okay? After all of that, I don't know where the phone was, in the couch, on the ground, whatever, but, you know, he then had bigger fish to fry because now the baby is crying. Obviously, she was hit. If she wasn't hit, she was startled. You know, we don't see footage of the chair actually hitting her. We can only go off of the fact that there was, she threw the chair, there was some kind of impact, and immediately the baby started crying.
You're doing this! I'm taking the blame for you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Indy. Taylor?
Get the out!
I'm done with you.
You did it.
I'm done. Stop. Taylor!
Sweating through my third set of scrubs. Totally normal, very healthy. I'm sure it's not a sign of emotional unraveling.
You need new Secret Clinical Antiperspirant, STAT. Secret gives 3 times more stress sweat protection.
Thanks. Got a bunch.
Secret, stay fresher under pressure.
Have you ever heard of 1-800-GOT-JUNK?
Oh yeah, the junk removal company.
All you have to do is point.
Whenever you hear a woman doing those high-pitched screams in an argument with a man, you know that's trauma, okay? You know that's some kind of stuff that she's battling within herself. You know that that's not, you know, normal behavior. Yes, it's immature behavior, and sometimes it can look the same, or it can look like you're just extremely immature and you feel like you're always supposed to get your way and you're entitled, so you scream and you're throwing a tantrum. And then there's also, you know, trauma there. There's also issues, that somebody has deeper issues, maybe mental health issues that need to be addressed, and so that's why they're doing that. But one thing that we can agree on is that that is not a normal type of behavior, right? Like, that's not the normal thing. That's not normal arguing, normal screaming, normal disagreement. That is like, you're acting like, you know, somebody is really harming you and you're distant away from this man and screaming from your belly. Like, that's a whole different type of scream that we're hearing.
Your daughter just got hit in the head with a metal chair.
gosh, as if maybe he's looking at the child, you know, just overwhelmed with what's going on with the child, whatever. She's far away from the child, and she's like, get away from my daughter. Again, this is not his child. He has another baby with her, that he has a son with her, right? And so this is the daughter that she had in the previous marriage. But either way, he is like tentative, right? Like, he's like, I need to make sure that we are, you know, taking care of her. You need to stay over there. We need to rectify the situation. Is she hurt? That chair is heavy. You know, it can cause damage way more to her because she's a little girl. Like,
right.
There's a lot of things juggling. A lot of things going on.
Stop doing this!
You hear me? Get the
Dude, think of your kids! Gosh!
Me too. My daughter. Yeah, my kids.
I don't care. I love your kids. Yeah, I do. I freaking love them to death. No, yeah, I don't care. Look what you're doing to me. No, nobody deserves it. You're not okay and you're drunk.
Go answer.
I will. What? God. Taylor, stop.
Shut up!
Stop. Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
She is hammered.
And so is he.
I'm sober.
But don't say about me sober.
Taylor, stop.
How about we separate
Taylor,
now?
you need to just calm.
You don't at me.
Hey, Taylor, stop.
So as we can hear, in the middle of the two of them arguing, doorbell rings, and she's like, why you don't go get it? Or whatever. He did go get it. It's the police. The police obviously were alerted, maybe because neighbors heard, you know, that, you know, blood-curdling scream that she was doing, and figured that they needed to call the police. Police got there. They're assessing the situation, trying to figure out, you know, what's going on, what's the problem, what's happening. And, you know, she immediately said nothing. Nothing.
Stop. Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
She is hammered.
So as the fool as she was acting, as out of it as she was acting, as drunk as she was supposed to seem, she immediately, once she saw them uniforms and them badges, was like, oh, nothing. Nothing's going on. To me, if you know well enough to know that you need to tell the police that nothing is going on, that means you can't be that much out of it. That means that you have full knowledge of exactly what it is that you are doing. And he obviously was like, I'm not going down with you. Okay? They're not going to sit here and separate us, and I'm going to play and act like, you know, you didn't do this. I'm not going to jail. Right? Like, that's his mindset. Like, I am not going to be a part of this. And you can hear at some point that even the police are telling her, all right, stop, which means that she was still out of control.
And so is he.
I'm sober.
But don't say about me sober.
Taylor,
How
stop.
about we separate
Taylor,
now?
you need to just calm.
You don't at me.
Hey,
Taylor, stop.
For context, the crazy thing about this situation is that it actually happened in 2023, right? This happened in 2023. The body cam footage in regards to the situation had already been released in, like, you know, 2024 or whatever the case is, but nobody had actually saw the actual altercation. They just saw when the police were questioning them.
All I've been trying to do for the last hour and a half has been to leave.
We were fighting at each other, and then I was going at him, I guess hitting him, and then he pushed me into the kids' stuff, and then I had one bullet.
Based on what I've seen and what's taken place, at this time you're going to be placed under arrest for DV, for domestic violence.
Regardless of whatever situation, people seeing this video and the public seeing it means that although they could have said, like, oh, you know, it's not that big of a deal or whatever, seeing the actual footage changes the stances of networks or businesses being able to actually work with her after seeing what it is that took place. Now, after this footage was released, ABC canceled The Bachelorette this season.
So ABC has canceled The Bachelorette, which is crazy when you think about it, that the show was supposed to premiere Sunday night, and it has been heavily promoted, even promoted during the Oscars.
They also, made this kind of announcement where it says, in light of the newly released video just surfaced today, we have made the decision to not move forward with the new season of The Bachelorette at this time, and our focus is on supporting the family.
Whatever you all say.
time, and our focus is on supporting the family. There's so many people who were, defending her and stuff like that, and the women are like, oh, if it happened in 2023, then why are they bringing it up now?
About 3 weeks ago, they got into a fight. Taylor choked him. The next day, they were together again for some reason, and she got violent again.
Why?
One of Dakota's friends saw his neck, had injuries, and that friend called police.
And it's like, if we're going to be honest, that anything that you do when you're putting your hands on on somebody else, any kind of domestic situation that is brought up, there is no time frame for it, right? Even though this happened in 2023 and she was arrested and all that kind of stuff, context really matters. After that video, he had a child with her, okay? The
Why?
baby that he has with her, he had after this video. And
why?
Relationally, that might be something that can work through or you guys can make sense of. But when there are businesses or corporations behind these things, once the public sees it, even if the network saw it, once the public sees it, networks are like, okay, because if they stand beside her in this situation, it's going to be like, oh, okay, so that whole network thinks that DV situations are okay. The whole network believes that there's absolutely no problem in this situation, and they don't want to be liable for that. They'd rather risk losing millions of dollars than stand behind this one girl for this one season. They can't risk their years of reputation. Now again, I have to remind you guys that this is in the midst of her press tour. Like literally, the press tour is today. The footage come out today.
Yep.
Like she was on the press tour doing different interviews to talk about the show right now today, and the same day the footage comes out, everything is canceled. And you have a lot of her supporters, crazy, you have a lot of her
very
supporters
crazy
who have made comments that were kind of like defending her in this situation, like basically like, oh, ABC did exactly what he wanted it to do. He didn't want her to have a career, and so he's doing this to sabotage her. And look now, just when she was trying to progress, like all this foolishness. And I have to say it like I always do. If the roles were reversed, if this was a man and he put
they
his
would
hands
cancel them
on her and she had it on
they
the video,
would cancel the man.
Nobody would be saying, oh, he only did that because of her. It's her fault, that he put his hands on her. That stuff only comes into play when it's the woman who is the aggressor. Then all of a sudden it's the man's fault. Like if a man puts his hands on a woman, it's a man's fault. If a woman puts her hands on a man, in a lot of these modern women's mindset, it's the man's fault.
How?
When we can see,
how is that the man's fault when she put her hands on the man? It's her damn fault.
Done these things. She said it out of her own mouth.
And he was trying to calm me down, and I was just throwing everything. I was so angry, and I was as we all know, I was trying to attack him, and I assaulted him.
Like you physically assaulted him?
Yeah.
So they came, investigated, and then they took you to jail?
Yeah. There's enough evidence there that I was the aggressor.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was.
When we rewind the clip, the only person that we see, she got her foot up ready to kick him, is her.
Yep.
Only thing we see this man doing is blocking and all that kind of stuff. Now, again, she's alleging that, this is basically she's had enough because he's done it to her. And so now she's kind of turning it back onto him or whatever the case is. Okay, we need proof. Where's your proof?
Yeah, what's
I
the
don't think
proof?
either one of them are innocent, right? I don't think that I'm not going to say that the two of them maybe have not gone into things because I don't know. I wasn't there, right? But we have visual proof of this woman doing these things to this man. We see it.
Yep.
And as you can see here, it looks like this is maybe a rep that is speaking for her, like a representative. And it says, Taylor is very grateful for ABC's support as she prioritizes her family's safety and security. After years of silently suffering extensive mental and physical abuse, as well as threats of retaliation, Taylor is finally gaining the strength to face her accuser and taking steps to ensure that she and her children are protected from any further harm. There are too many women who are suffering in silence as they survive aggressive, jealous ex-partners who refuse to let them move on with their lives. Taylor has remained silent out of fear of further abuse.
This whole statement pisses me off. Cause this whole little statement that she's doing is shame, guilt, insults and the need be right. And this here's some bullshit.
Retaliation and public shaming. She is currently exploring all her options, seeking support, and preparing to own and share her story. But I think when it comes to children's safety, I think we saw you throw that chair. Okay? I think we saw
Talk about River.
was right there when you was acting a fool. Okay? Like, I can't stand when people be making public statements like we didn't see what we saw. Like, our eyes deceive us. Because I know we saw what we saw. As you can see here in the comments, it says, family safety, you threw that chair at your child. Next person says, she realizes we saw the video, correct? Next person says, girl, we all saw. Next person says, is she trying to gaslight the entire world right now? Next person says, victim mentality again, oh my gosh, I cannot. Next comment says, victims don't react the way she did in this video. The video speaks for itself. The baby daddy, from what I see, he has filed a restraining order and he's trying to get sole custody of his child.
As he should.
Based off of this evidence
As
alone,
he
it's
should.
very plausible that he might win. We need to, prioritize in these situations health. And that's all alleys. Mental health being at the top. Because if there is no ramifications for anybody's actions, then people will believe in their daily lives that, oh, I can just do whatever they're doing and it's not that big of a deal because it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
There is no consequence. There is going to be no risk. There is going to be no issue or no problem. And that's not true. It's not true. I can only imagine how this is going to take turns for her, depending on the evidence she has. But because this is now not just a domestic kind of situation with your baby daddy, this is now, can we trust you with your children?
Yeah. And by the looks of things, I'm saying no.
It's a scary thing. A very real thing.